Welcome back to my channel. In my last video, we broke down the 6 strategies to help you and your spouse stop fighting about money in order to build true financial intimacy. Now, if you haven't yet watched that video, then I will leave the link in the description box below so that you can get all caught up. Today, we are going to be discussing the final strategy of this 7-part series, which is to be intentional about your finances. So, this is the part of the journey in which you and your spouse will really need to be intentional about considering each other's feelings. In case you didn't know, lots of feelings and emotions are wrapped up in money, and it's nearly impossible to separate the two. This is why it is going to be really important to pay attention to your spouse's feelings and emotions as it relates to money. And you'll have to pay attention to your own feelings and emotions as well. So, in order to aid you in this process, I'm going to tell you about a few key areas that you should focus on and be intentional about doing. The first thing you and your spouse should do is to show gratitude. Both of you have to get into the habit of thanking each other for all of the contributions made to the household. Show appreciation for all that they have sacrificed in order to provide for the family. Now, this will not only help your spouse to feel worthy and appreciated, but it will also help to build a deeper level of financial intimacy with your spouse. The next thing that you and your spouse should do is to forgive each other. We've all done probably some really crazy things with money. However, we must not continue to feel ashamed or blame ourselves for what has happened in the past. We have to learn from our mistakes and then just keep going. And finally, you both have to celebrate your financial milestones. Getting on the same page with your money will definitely not be easy. So you have to celebrate even the smallest financial victories. Now, this also helps to build momentum for the next goal that you will end up tackling. And it keeps you from just being a person who just checks off the boxes and then moves right on over to the next task. Okay, so now that I have explained the last strategy, let's do a quick recap on all 7 of the strategies. So these are the 7 strategies to help you and your spouse get on the same page with money. Here we go. Strategy number 1 is to understand your money mindset. This is where we talked about the importance of understanding why you behave the way you do with money and also where your behavior with money actually stems from. Strategy number 2 is to find balance. For this strategy, we discuss how finding balance in regards to your finances in marriage can lead to better money management when each spouse is operating in their strengths instead of in their weaknesses. Strategy number 3 is to create shared goals. In part 3 of this series, we talked about how having shared goals with your spouse allows you to see where you currently are in relation to where you are trying to go with your finances. Strategy number 4 is to establish boundaries. During this lesson, we discuss ways to help you create safeguards around your money so that nothing or no one could take advantage of it. Strategy number 5 is to create realistic expectations. For this strategy, we talked about knowing what you can afford, given your current income and expenses. Strategy number 6 is to schedule money dates. This is where we unpacked all of the elements of having a successful money date or budget meeting with your spouse. And finally, we have strategy number 7, and this is where we discuss ways to help you and your spouse to be intentional about what you do with your finances. Now, that was just a quick recap, but if you want to dive deeper into any of these topics, I would highly recommend that you visit each video in the series. And to make it a little bit easier for you, I will leave all of the links in the description box below. I would highly recommend that you grab my Ultimate Money Guide for Couples. It provides a framework along with lots of exercises so that you and your spouse can not only better communicate about money, but also so that both of you can feel empowered with your money. So if you are interested in that, I will go ahead and leave the link in the description box below so that you can go ahead and grab your copy. Okay, guys, that is it for today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope this video and all the videos in this 7-part series was very helpful. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. Don't forget to click the subscribe button so that you can be notified of when I upload new videos. Talk to you soon.